originally started working in apples, I was in middle school, and I was pretty unfamiliar with the whole world of apple production, but I started working in pruning first. So we were out in the field learning, where to cut, how it affects the tree, all about the sort of the physiology of how a tree works, how cuts affect it year to year. And it felt like a lot at the time, but as I've done it year after year, you kind of get a feel for it and see how, you're pruning and thinning and tying your trees, everything like that affects the trees year to year. And that really gave me a good feel for how an orchard works, the actual apple production. So when I went to college, I wanted to kind of learn, how to put all those pieces together to eventually try and, help run the family business. So I went to school for business just so I could sort of take all those pieces I learned growing up working in the field and learn how to apply those. At Cornell's agribusiness program, it's really a good, variety of classes. It's not just your specialty, agriculture classes. It gives you really like a good breadth. I think what I learned the most from was really the classes where you were working towards a goal with a group. Working on a group project on making a business plan for, I remember we did a specific example. We did a project where we had to make a business plan to buy like a pelletizer to sort of make pellets out of raw material, and really just working with the other people and sort of working off of each other's strengths, seeing how each player in our group kind of contributed. It really kind of taught me a lot, and as I've gone on in my career now, it's that kind of like teamwork thing that really, that was some of the best skills I learned, I think, in college. I definitely think internships are a good idea for someone that wants to work in apples or fruit or just agriculture in general. For me personally, I learned a lot just about, other businesses, how they work, just seeing how they, structure their people and, how their teams work together. It kind of gives you a different perspective than, if you grew up on your family's farm, you've only had that one experience. So going and seeing other companies, just how they do it, it was definitely a good, compare and contrast. Take a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, just see what you think works, and it teaches you a lot about different industries. Me personally, I did like a media internship, and then I did another ag internship, and I think just seeing those different industries, it gives you sort of a wider breadth of knowledge and kind of gives you more to work with going forward. So I'm an operations manager, so day to day I kind of bounce around between a few things. Most of my time I spend in the pack house, which is really my bread and butter. That's what I like to do the most. But I've also spent time in cold storage, out in the field. It's really, a wide breadth of things, trying to get an idea of the bigger picture. So one of the biggest challenges is we really want to meet the needs of the customer. We want to fill what they want. And, the customer, they really want that shiny red apple. They don't want it to be multicolored or, have rust hitting or anything. So every day we really work with our IQS, our IFA, which looks inside the apple. It looks for browning, external defects, internal defects, and really looks for finding that perfect apple for our customers, which we want them to have. Most days I'm working with our packing house manager, and we are cutting open apples, looking inside, kind of seeing what's good and what's bad, and then readjusting on our machine, kind of recalibrating it so that it can find more where the line is on the good apples and the bad apples. And it's really an iterative process. We're on our feet all day. We're walking around. I probably do 15,000 steps a day because we're really trying to get it dialed in. I definitely think in today's age, just working with our machines, with how complicated they are, a bit of more of a coding background or a computer science type of class in college would have helped me a lot. I've kind of taught myself a little bit these past couple of years, but I think if I had taken a couple more classes to kind of round out my knowledge, it would have really given me some good tools to use now in my career. And I think going forward, things are only becoming more automated, more computer-centric. So I think it's definitely a good thing to consider for young growers coming forward.